Oh, mother of she's alive!
What?
You all, you all enter, and you didn't specify where in the tavern, so it took you on the upper level.
I just love how we're like cramped
I'm
on.
okay with this.
I love how we're just cramped in one room.
Whatever.
Fine.
And since it's been restored, Cross, you might want to hold on to that sword.
I'm holding on.
Wait, hang on. I'm rolling a listen check because I think I hear something going on downstairs.
Well, it's a
Yeah,
tavern.
there's
20.
I think it's just my amp.
You listen, and you hear like it's kind of lively downstairs.
You're kidding me.
Well, I'll be.
I think we should.
I want to check on Marta, but I'm trying to figure out how to know that she's there.
I'll roll a search check.
This person walks out, and he looks at you. He's like, "You're back."
Yeah,
We made
we
it.
made it back.
Oh my gosh! It's did you find it? Oh wait,
Yes.
what am I talking about? You found it. It's like Marta said you all went in there.
We did, yes.
Amarta's here?
Wait, she's alright?
Yes. He opens the door. you notice a very bloodied and battered but casted Amarta in bed.
Marta, are you alright?
That's one of the first times I've lost in a long time. Ow, it hurts to laugh.
Hey, I gotta go. We got dinner.
Okay.
Well, good time to leave, so.
Marta, you saved our lives. How could we ever thank you?
Not dying in the future, that'd be great.
Yeah, that'd certainly be ideal.
So, how was it?
Not good.
A very long,
It was something.
terrifying journey, but we made it through.
People died.
Yeah.
That check her eyes widen. Say what?
Not. They're still
One of
alive
our
now.
own died, but we were able to.
Oh, that's it. Oh, thank goodness. Oh.
I turned to Salak.
Yes. I don't know what happened. Yeah, I don't know what happened. It's like as soon as it's like for some reason, a lot of carriages just randomly came in and started buying drinks and wanted to go fishing, which is really weird because no one likes fish.
What?
That's what. Well, that's at least what people told me. And Marta growls from bed because they're idiots.
Hang on. I lean over to Amber. Should I tell him about the thing in there?
You notice that he looks down. It's like, are you wounded? You seem to have a blood trail.
That actually, might as well.
Funny story about that.
I hold up the sword.
What is that?
This is what slayed the beast in there. There was a creature that, even in your darkest nightmares, could not be conceived. It was a monster.
He
Well, I think Martha has
looks at
an
this. It's
idea.
like, this is proof. My father wasn't a liar. I can tell people my father wasn't a liar. he runs out, grabs it and runs out.
I gotta hand it to you, Cross. Thank you.
See, it was a good idea.
And not only prosperity's coming back, but
you hear a thump on the floor. It's like, ow! Ran too fast. Ow!
No running with swords.
Don't fall on the sword.
Probably not a good idea.
This thing is still dripping demon blood, isn't it?
Yeah, and he knows it. And he knows. Yes, it is.
But it's proof, and that's all those people need.
Okay, can
Brandon
someone...
actually walks back in. It's like, okay, thank you very, very much for this. I am so happy that you all not only brought prosperity back to this town, but you cleared my father's name, and everyone made it out in the end.
I'm glad that Amarta's okay. I'm glad that everyone's okay.
Amarta, you risked your life. We cannot thank you enough for that.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think we all risked our lives today. I'm just lucky Seal doesn't listen well, and he followed me.
What?
Did he?
That explains it.
Seal shrugs like, hey, it's hey, you scratched my back for a long time. I scratch yours.
Aww.
Amara lays back in her. Amara just lays back and just chuckles. It's kind of weird being on the receiving end of help. And then she actually looks to Amber. It's like, oh yeah, so I guess the secret's out.
Why didn't you tell me? You obviously knew what I was. How come I couldn't tell you were?
Amarta looks to the left and right. There's a lot of things that I know that I can't tell you at the moment. That I'm going to have to tell you when you're a little older.
But I want to know now.
Amarta smiles and she actually takes off her gloves. I want you to have these.
Huh?
These will change when you change.
Nice.
Huh.
Okay.
I know. These are the reasons that my back rub. Let me tell you, these are the reasons that my back rubs were so magic.
Well, thank you.
Okay, now I think I just want to take a nap.
Absolutely.
We'll leave you be. Thank you again.
Thanks for all your help.
And that is the end of the chapter.
Woo!
Meanwhile, over in the other corner of the tavern, Amber and Amarta are going over tavern applications. Excuse me.
The dungeon master's not allowed to die.
See, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. See, I'm strong. I can lift heavy things.
Yes.
Do they need firewood?
Actually, what you're doing here is you're processing applications from other people. You're looking them over to see if they are worthy to be hired.
Oh, worthy of being fired.
No, hired.
Hired. Okay.
Now,
If you're looking
fired,
for
I can understand how that would come from a dragon.
We can't stay here forever. You're looking for people to cover for us.
Exactly. So, several applications come up. First one is a half-elven male, 35. Can't swim. He worked in Gatlas Tavern for 4 years. Another is a half-orc, who is female, 28 years old, has a felony on her record for disorderly conduct at 16. It is up to you to decide if these are worthy to be hired and what positions they might be in.
Well, I don't think it's. I don't.
Amarta looks over the one for the half-orc and says, perhaps she could make a good bouncer. Looks pretty strong, disorderly conduct. Might be good to channel that energy.
Yeah, but with that felony record, is she trustworthy? Or she could take things too far?
That's something to be seen. We probably want to bring that one in for an interview.
I suppose. I'm just worried about, like, what if things go too far and she ends up breaking someone's neck? You know, clumsiness. You know, over. I have a nasty neck for that.
And you've never actually hurt anybody before, have you? Marta looked at Amber with a mischievous grin on her face.
Look, I'm learning. I'm still young. I'll figure it out.
Meanwhile, she pulls up the next application. A human male who is 18. Oh, a trapper and a hunter. What do you think how they could help out?
I'll definitely provide food for people in the bar and the inn.
Someone to bring back the catch of the day, I suppose.
I think that could happen, yeah.
Well, that one looks pretty good.
Yeah. How much experience has he had?
Well, he's only 18 years old. Probably all he learned is from his youth. We'll have to see how skilled he is as a trapper and a hunter after all.
Yeah, we should see how it goes. Give him a test, maybe.
That'll be good. Now, Marta, she puts the applications down and kind of rubs her forehead. You can see that
You
she's
okay?
no, she's just starting to get a little weary of going through all of these applications. And she turns to you and asks, "So, Amber, what brings you to this place? And how are you faring as a dragon among a party of humanoids?"
Well, to be honest, I am very, very, very uncertain how I'm fitting into this group, honestly.
Really now? You don't feel ostracized or you don't feel feared by them?
They aren't feared by me, and I certainly don't fear them. In fact, I feel a strong need to protect them.
It's interesting how that comes up, isn't it?
Yeah.
In my experience, I've noticed that, well, in this form, she points to herself, I usually don't get many questions. But as a dragon, I'm usually treated with mistrust and fear, even by the very people that I want to protect. Have you ever experienced that?
When I was much, much younger and when my master was still around, yes. That's why he helped create this charm for me, so nobody would gawk at me so much. But with this group, they don't do that.
And are you pleased by this form?
I suppose. I mean, it makes things a little bit easier, like walking into an inn or sleeping on a bed.
Getting through the doorway, I suppose, is a little simpler.
Much easier, yes.
And she chuckles a bit. Young one, you have much ahead of you.
No, I admit, there are times where I wish I knew how to fly better and certainly weren't so clumsy in my dragon form.
That will come with time, young one. That will come with time. All right. Have you seen any others?
One.
One? Yes? Pray tell.
He was a green forest dragon. Grimshaw, I think was his name.
Grimjaw.
Grimjaw.
A chromatic. Not very nice, I take it.
No. He was ghastly.
It's unfortunate.
I couldn't help, but it was a weird instinct to fear him.
It's unfortunate. Those who have fallen from grace and have become the chromatics, they have lost their love for life. It's rather unfortunate. Meanwhile, so which of you was planning on going up to try and talk to Jaminia?
I will.
Well, I was also gonna say maybe I should go up there too, since I feel a little responsible.
Don't feel like. Okay, so I'm going to take one cure light wounds and one cure poison.
All right. So that'll be 150 for that.
Okay, as soon as I remember to actually tap on the thing that I need to tap on.
Deep breaths, deep breaths.
Actually, when the blacksmiths open, I think I want to try out that. Gotta try out one of their weapon enhancements, like this. Maybe weak lightning.
Weak lightning?
Yeah.
Excuse me?
Blacksmith shop.
A weak lightning enchantment. No, this is nothing to disparage your character, Blissey. A weak lightning enchantment puts a minor shock damage on the weapon that it is applied to.
Yeah, so if it backs, so imagine that plus a crippling strike.
Oof.
You're a cruel master.
I am the assassin.
Indeed.
I'm the damage dealer.
All right. So, are you going to send two up to Jaminia or just one?
Amber, you can come with me if you want.
Okay.
All right. Climbing the stairs quietly, you come to a very closed, very solemn-looking door. And there is an air of sadness about it.
I can already tell all the way from over here.
Mm-hmm.
What are you going to do?
I'll go in first. Let me try going first.
You gonna
Sure,
knock,
go
or you
ahead.
going to just open the door?
I'm gonna knock.
The bard knock spell.
Okay, I'm gonna knock.
Right?
All right.
Jaminia, how are you going to respond?
Oh, what did I just do?
Where's Josh?
Uh-oh.
I'm right here.
Oh, there you are. Okay.
Jaminia, how are you going to respond? There's a knock at your door.
Come in.
Hi, Jaminia. Was wanting to check on you, see if you're okay.
Oh, hi. Thank you for checking up on me. That's very sweet of you.
You don't look so good.
Yeah, I've been trying to process a couple things, and I think I'd be thinking better when I'm relaxing. So that's what I'm trying to do right now.
I brought you food. I know it's like roughly around midnight, but I have some dinner rolls, a little bit of mutton, and some fresh water if you wanted it.
Oh, thank you. That'll help me. Might actually help me get to sleep. Food coma and all.
It is pretty good food. The mutton here is surprisingly good.
All right. I take the food and eat it.
Amber, did you?
Jaminia seems quite reserved, like she doesn't want to talk.
Yeah, I don't want to say it either, but I got to. Look, it's my fault what happened to you. I have no words. I have no way of apologizing.
Jaminia sits up and glares at you. It's like, don't you dare say that. I could have left you down there, and I didn't. That was my choice.
But you're a royal. Your kingdom depends on you. I am a dragon. We come and go.
If a queen cannot lead, how can she expect her subordinates to follow? If I'm not willing to die for my people, how can I expect my people to be willing to die for me?
Dang.
We would be willing to do about anything to make sure that you're okay as well. What happened back there was indeed traumatic, but we're still here. I think that's the worst that we've been through, and we're still here. We're still strong because of it. And though, yes, we did falter a bit, I still think, well, if it weren't for you, we wouldn't even get here. I mean, I'm not that much of a leader as I used to be. I tried, but we just ended up causing a lot of discord down there, and I just was trying to be, I guess, a little bit more like you. That didn't work out the way I'd expected, though. I go over and I pause and offer a hug.
Jaminia accepts it. Always willing to give a hug. Jaminia looks over to Amber, and then gestures for her to come.
I am riddled with guilt on my face. But
Amber, come over here.
I come over.
The three of you come together in a fond embrace, and it feels that, at least for the moment, all is forgiven.
Now, I don't think I need to remind you two that it is midnight, so we should probably try to get some semblance of sleep.
Absolutely. I hope you'll at least eat, because I've noticed that, yes, there were a few still fresh trays when I came up here a few days ago. So please at least try to eat.
The food is really, 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 really good.
And take it from Amber. She eats a lot.
You're really going to twist my arm on this, aren't you?
If I have to be a dad, yes, I actually am one. So.
And I hate for good food to go to waste. It's right there. you know.
All right.
Damn.
Well, okay. How about I'll make you a deal. I'll eat half of it. You can tell them I ate it. You can tell them I ate it all. We all win.
Fair enough.
I guess that will work.
Though if you're gonna eat half, could I maybe have that dinner roll then? Because I'm a little
No, hey! I saw that first. I saw that first.
No, you did not.
I did too. Do you really want to take on a dragon, Mr.
You know what? I
Price?
bet I could.
All right. Guys, it's getting a little late for this. You don't want to be loud in the middle of the inn. You do have people sleeping in the next room after all.
All
We will
right.
settle this in the morning, Cross.
Mm-hmm. We all know who's gonna win.
Mm-hmm. That's me.
Uh-huh.
Good night, Jim and Jaminia.
Good night, Jim.
Right.
All right. Having said your piece, you return to your rooms and bed down for the night.
Where are our rooms? I don't remember.
I think mine at oh wait, weren't we sleeping outside at one point?
No, not at this inn because they were.
Oh, I think I was sharing with you or Faye. I can't remember.
You were sharing
staying
with
with
me.
both of us. We were both staying in the one on the left, but now I'm over here. Yay! I have my own room.
Hooray.
Oh, okay. I'll just be over here.
Hey, look, Rose Shiloh has his own bed.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Oh, look at that, you lucky dog!
Amber, I believe yours is right here.
Where? Where's here?
I'm pinging it.
Where? I don't see you. I don't see your pen.
I don't see a ping.
It's north, further up in the room.
It's in the top. It's in the middle room. Top middle.
Top middle. This one.
There.
Now I see it.
Yeah. Actually, before. I'll be right back.
Nice.
Guys, I'll be right back. I just got a quick use of the bathroom.
I got a big room. Woo.
All right.
Don't hit the John before you go to bed down at night.
Except, I'm gonna head to. I have to knock on Jamini's door.
I do hope that these aren't going to become habits.
I slowly enter the room. Like, apologies. Listen, Your Majesty. There may be something that happens tomorrow, and I feel that I may cause some hostility among the group, and I just need your advice about something.
I'm listening.
All right. It's about what I know. It's about what happened in the labyrinth and what happened afterwards.
I understand.
But more than just that, we came to blows with each other over just the tiniest details, and just seeing all that happen before my eyes, I'm thinking to myself, like, I need to say something tomorrow, and it's not going to be pretty. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything, and they may not like what they hear.
Well, two conflicting pieces of advice have entered my mind. The first one is that a spoonful of sugar makes the medicine go down, and the second one is be careful that you don't do more harm with a gentle hand than a closed fist.
I am not in character. I have to say it. I'm Mary Poppins, y'all. Sorry.
I was waiting for that to show up.
Anyway,
why don't you?
Yeah. Anyways, so if you have something to say, you should probably say it. If you bottle it up, it's probably just going to get worse. Just don't sugarcoat it, but don't be unnecessarily harsh either.
Yeah. Don't have to bring up bottling emotions to me. I know that firsthand experience. Anyway, I'll let you get some rest. I'll talk about it in the morning.
Thank you.
Just to make sure my cover isn't blown, I flushed the toilet.
During that time, I don't think they have internal plumbing. I don't think there's anything to flush.
So, JT, was the food that good?
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah, it's
Why?
very good. Also, note to self: don't drink beer. At the same time, you have mutton. It does not go down easy.
Ew.
All right.
A lot of you have bedded down for the night.
Ooh.
Oh my.
What is this?
Tiny.
It's
right.
my new desktop.
All right.
I know, right?
Yaminia, you wake up and you see a vast landscape of mountains.
Oh.
All right.
The wind whistles across the mountain faces, gently caressing your face, but it does not bite. You stick your hand down into the powdery snow. It is soft, but it is not stingingly cold.
Okay.
You detect the smell of brewing herbs.
What is going on?
Okay. I don't know if it's possible to tilt me as much as I was last night.
What the?
Whoa.
You see Owen sitting on a chair and sipping tea.
But Sam, you know what I mean now?
What's going on? Is this a nightmare?
And not this time.
Do you know who he is?
Oh. Well, what's going on then?
I felt it necessary to visit you in the dreamscape so that we could speak uninterrupted. And the fact that the past several nights we've been attacked in the dreamscape, and I'm trying to keep things under control. I've reached a point where I have almost perfect control over the dreamscape.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Sit with me.
Oh, okay.
Dominia, Your Highness, I wish to know what exactly your plan is at this point.
My plan? I don't know what you mean.
For the past several days, we have had half measures, a semi-plan put together. You have a general sense of what you wish to do and how you wish to do it, but there's so much along the way where people just can't seem to decide what they want and how they want it. Especially you. You have given us leeway to make our own choices for so very long, and I believe it has reached a point where we simply cannot use that luxury anymore.
I understand. Many times I like to let people make their own choices and let them experience them rather than just telling them, because in my experience, if you just tell someone a lesson rather than just letting them come to the conclusion themselves, the lesson becomes empty and platitudinous.
You were telling all of us to run, to hide.
Yes.
The very first time somebody did not follow that, you decided to put yourself in harm's way.
If I am not willing to die for my subjects, how can I expect them to be willing to die for me? It's... You're right. I won't lie. A big part of me wanted to leave Amber to take the fall. The urge to save myself was overwhelming. But something else inside me told me that that was wrong. That I should try to protect her instead. And I don't know where this feeling comes from. this idea that I should be unselfish and compassionate.
What about those who are depending on you? And I'm not talking about our little tight-knit group. I'm talking about your subjects. You've told us countless times how much your kingdom is suffering. You have sought out help from other nations, seeking out their armies, and you know that will lead to a tremendous conflict. You know that many more will die because of those actions. And yet, you still put yourself in harm's way. And I want to know why.
I'll admit it, my motives for saving Amber were not entirely altruistic. I have secrets about my past, secrets I'm too weak to be forthcoming about. And upon the labyrinth, I've learned that one of these secrets has damned my soul. I know this because when I died, I know this because when I died, I was not where I wanted to end up. This has caused me to doubt my convictions. I've always striven to be compassionate and kind and just, and now I'm beginning to think, what's the point of it all if what happens to me in the end is eternal damnation? Was I simply not good enough? I always hoped that maybe, if I were good enough, maybe I could fight my fate, that redemption were possible, that maybe my God would show mercy. Oh. That's the catch, isn't it? I see it now. I see how selfish I've been. Thinking I could be good enough so that I can reap a claim off of a god. It sounds so silly now that I think about it. Looking at me, talking about my god as if I own him, like the same way I would talk about my boots. Like I'm owed something from a god whom I have staked a claim. How childishly arrogant of me. I could stop now. It would be so easy to turn on everything I believe, to hurt others for my own amusement, to make my time on this earth as pleasurable as possible before suffering forever. But even now, I don't think I can do that. Kindness, compassion, justice, goodness. I believe in these things because they're worth believing in. Maybe if I can help save others, lead them to paradises, I think that would be a life well spent. And if I still must suffer for all time in the end, so be it.
Knowing this, what do you intend to do next?
The right thing. I need to stop my sister, and I need as much help as I can get. A world with her at its helm, where we are all her playthings, that's not a world worth living in.
What do you need from us, then?
I need your help. All of you are skilled individuals that I've grown to call friends.
Do you have a particular location that you're sending us to next?
Well, in my off the top of my head, it's on the way, so I was thinking the Galgary Forest might be good, but I'm open to suggestions.
I suppose we'll have to wait till the morning. But I must remind you, you've seen how quickly our group can fall apart under duress. Are you prepared to make those tough choices when others don't seem to be willing to choose?
You mean you want me to exercise some power rather than authority?
How do you intend to rule a kingdom if you can't even rule over our little adventuring group?
I was hoping you would come to the conclusion themselves, but
They may come to the conclusion themselves. We'll have to wait till morning.
Indeed. Maybe this little escapade was fate. Maybe it was destined to happen. Maybe this was designed so that we could all learn something. Who knows? The deities work in mysterious ways. This is a lovely view.
This is where I would go when I needed to think.
Oh? That seems odd. At the risk of sounding stereotyped and prejudiced, I would think that you would like to see the inside of a mountain.
I ain't saying it.
The scenery around you is beginning to brighten.
From here, I can see the whole of the world. There is nothing to distract. From here, my mind is clear. You can go back to sleep now, Your Highness. I shall stick around for a while longer.
Thank you.
I'm still concerned that there were no representatives from Galgari at the I can't remember the
council.
At the council. Why can't I word?
It's alright.
It's early.
Okay.
It's early in the morning.
You've been reading those books too much, probably.
Yeah.
That should help.
Gotta rest your brain.
I am still worried about there not being any representatives from Galgari, though.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that should be our next point of origin. But the question is, do we go take a safer route from Gatlistown to Galgari, or do we make a straight beeline for it?
No, we should. You're right. We should go to Gatlistown. We should restock, get everything we need, and be prepared. Because do we even know anything about the East? Do we know anything about Optimar, the jungle?
Maybe if we actually go to the tavern, we'll find someone from there that can tell us.
I do know some stuff about the Galgari and the jungle elves. Actually, they're actually called the Chasi. They're expert survivalists forged in the environment of the Galgari jungle. I mean, they're not. How do I put this? They're not actively malicious or power hungry like dark elves, but they typically view. No offense
to your people.
No offense, but they typically view other elven races as coddled and weak.
Oh.
Yeah, the society consists of a collection of tribes of typically a few dozen members per settlement. And because Galgari, the jungle, is so dangerous, much of what can be salvaged can only be attained through the help of a jungle elf. And
what help?
Except the more, well, here's the thing, the more benevolent jungle elf tribes, they do seek to help adventurers, alchemists, and travelers with their endeavors, but we may run into a more traditional tribe, and they seek to halt these practices and preserve the sanctity of nature through any means deemed necessary.
Didn't you say that your father is a wizard of the Chaucy?
Yeah. Hence, well, and as I mentioned, well, my father wanted that when my father saw my mother, she wanted to inherit the strength, the cunning of those humanistic traits, and produce a child that would have both the strength, and basically the strength and the know-how of surviving the Golgari jungle while still being cunning and smart and quick on their feet, like a human rogue. And they came out with me, and yeah, needless to say, he was mighty disappointed with what happened.
Aww. As compelling as this history lesson is, so are we settled on Gallows Town?
I believe so.